Formula One returns from its 4-week break at the Azerbaijan GP next weekend with the first sprint weekend of the season. The cancellation of the Chinese GP means F1 fans will have had to wait 4 weeks to see cars on track again following the Australian GP. Max Verstappen entered the break with a 15-point lead at the top of the Drivers' Championship, with Sergio Perez, Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton the 3 drivers behind. Meanwhile, Red Bull hold a 58-point advantage over Aston Martin in the Constructors' Championship, with Mercedes 3rd and Ferrari 4th. The first of 2023's 6 sprint weekends will also be the first time Saturday's shorter race has been contested on a street circuit. The decision to hold the sprint early in the season, at the beginning of a doubleheader at a track with walls close by, has been much debated by the team principals, with Red Bull boss Christian Horner particularly outspoken. The reality is it's absolutely ludicrous to be doing the first sprint race of the year in a street race like Azerbaijan, Horner said in Australia last time out. I think from a spectacle point of view, from a fan point of view, it is probably going to be one of the most exciting sprint races of the year. From a cost cap perspective, all you can do is trash your car and it costs a lot of money around there. So one race is enough in Baku. The fact that we've got 2, yeah, there could well be some action there. Aston Martin team principal Mike Crack admitted there was a nervousness, while Alpine boss Otmar Szafnauer said teams would likely have been using the unintended break to build up spare parts. Next weekend is also expected to feature a new format for sprint weekends. The proposed plans are to have just one practice session on the Friday morning, with Friday afternoon's qualifying session now setting the grid for Sunday's Grand Prix. The sprint will then have its own standalone events on Saturday, with a separate, shorter qualifying session replacing practice 2 in the morning before the sprint itself on Saturday afternoon. The result of the sprint will no longer determine the order of Sunday's grid. The F1 Commission is meeting in the week to vote on the plans. 3 races, 3 pole positions, 3 wins, 2 1-2s. Red Bull have been in a league of their own so far in 2023. Given their form, it is little wonder why Horner does not want the added jeopardy of a street race sprint. The RB19 superiority saw the first non-Red Bull car come home over 38 seconds in 20 seconds behind the winners in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, while Verstappen was comfortably ahead of Hamilton's Mercedes before the late red flags in Australia wiped out his advantage. But could this extended break possibly have hurt Red Bull? Given their development penalty this year, Red Bull will have wanted to keep their momentum going and claim as many points as possible while they had their car advantage. "We need to make hay while the sun shines," Horner told Sky News last month. The Chinese GP cancellation has meant their rivals have now had 4 uninterrupted weeks to work on upgrades to try and close that gap. Unlike over the summer break when F1 teams must shut down for 14 consecutive days, factories have been able to continue to operate as normal. Toto Wolff said on Thursday that Mercedes have been working at a fast pace with the intention of consistently bringing upgrades over the coming races, with James Allison explaining after the Australian GP that the focus would be on finding downforce and delivering different suspension components to improve the balance and drivability of the W14 in Baku. The former champions have also reshuffled their technical team in a bid to close the gap to Red Bull. Aston Martin are also set to add their first real upgrades to the AMR23, including a new rear wing, as they seek to build on their impressive start to the year, which has made them the closest challengers at the front. Red Bull are seeking a 3rd consecutive win in Azerbaijan and will be favorites to do just that given their DRS advantage in the event they find themselves behind on Baku's long straights, but a closer battle at the front could be on the cards.